Hey, what's up, you guys? Marty Schwartz here, GuitarJams.com. Maybe you saw the other video. I was jamming to a jam track loop kind of thing, and I was kind of mixing that major and minor pentatonic scale together. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to zoom in and show you a cool little lick that can be modified that kind of toys between that major and minor pentatonic scale. It's obviously a bluesy kind of lick, but it's going to work in all kinds of different styles of rock, blues, contemporary, all that stuff. So we'll zoom in and I'll show it to you. Also, I do have some free MP3 jam tracks. You can actually click the link down there and it'll take you to the spot. You can get some free jam tracks to practice some licks over. Alright, so the thing I want to show you is a little spot. It's kind of a lot of guys call it the BB box. The thing I want you to see is, well, we're in the key of E, just to emphasize that. So I'm kind of toying between the E minor pentatonic and the E major pentatonic. Now the little spot that I'm using is right here, and just knowing where the roots are. I got a root right here, which is an E note. See that? The 5th fret on the B string. But then we've got another E right here on the 9th fret of the G string. So basically what I'm using is I'm using a little lick that uses a little box here off of this root. So 5-7, 5-7, which is kind of, you know, the BB box, or really it's going to be using that major pentatonic idea with these two little spots. And then a ring finger on the 7th fret of the G string, which is part of the minor pentatonic, and I'm going to slide it up to the root. So I have this little box here, and then the 7th fret of the G string slid up to the root. That's the root 2. Same note, but it's good to kind of keep track of the roots, because when I get up to the root here, I can use a lot of those same concepts. What I did in the example was I went down the blues scale from this root, so it would be 9-7, 9-8-7, 10-7 to the root. Alright, so now let's learn the lick, and I encourage you to modify this lick, change this lick, make it your own, but here's the example. I'm going to do a super bend here on the 7th fret of the high E. So I'm trying to get it up to that D note. Almost got it. You can bend it as far as you want. Now you could do a whole step bend. Or the whole step and half step. Either one is great in the blues. And mixing and matching them is great too. I'm going to do the super bend. It really requires the strength of all 3 fingers kind of glued together and the very tip of your ring finger coming down on it. So after I do that, you might pop a string if you've got an old string. Then we go natural, and we're going to go au naturel and go 7-6-5. And that's just a little blues note right there. I'm going to go to that 7th fret on the B string, and I'm going to bend that up a whole step. And so I've got that whole step bend, and I'm using these 2 fingers so I can get my index finger to the 5th fret of the high E. So I go 5, 7 on the high E. So I'm right back in that same spot. Check it out. And I like a little pre-bend there as well, so we might as well do that. It's bent up, then I pick it. See that? The first time I bent it up, then I bent it before I picked it. And that's just to mix some concepts. Now I released to the root, that 5th fret of the B, but right after that, I add a little minor blues sound to it. So I'm going root, then I'm going 7 on the G, slid up a whole step. And now I'm back in that blues scale. Or there's a lot of different things there. I like it too. The open E into the next position, into the next one that I just showed you. Now you could bend that G string on the 7th fret up a whole step instead of sliding. You can also use the Ultimate E blues extension, which you should look that video up. I have a video on the whole extension right on YouTube for free. So here it is one more time. Super bend on the 7th fret, natural, and then 7, 6, 5, then 7 on the B, whole step bend, and then 5, 7 on the high E. Pre-bend on the 7 of the B, let it come back down, root, 7th fret G, slide up, down the blues scale, but without the mistakes. Alright, let me shut up and just play it. Now, variations within that concept, once you internalize it, now to make that BB box more major pentatonic, you can play the 6th fret, 7th fret makes it more minor sounding. That was the little lick concept there. Hope it helped you. Remember, you got some free jam tracks waiting for you down there in that link. Thanks for hanging out with me, and hope to see you again real soon. Take care.